Hey there, everyone. Welcome to episode 1072 of the Mike from Maine show, the place where we do daily interviews with successful online entrepreneurs. This is your host, Mike Thomas, and today on the show, we have Neil Napier on, and we're going to be talking about how you can use this easy-to-use software to create stunning graphics and even be able to use them for your own business or even sell them to others. Let's get into it. Here's Neil. We are here today with Neil Napier. Neil, welcome back to the show.
Thanks, Mike. Good to be here.
I don't know how many times you've been on the show, Neil. I feel like it's been a ton. I'm going to go ahead and read off the headline for the product we're going to be talking about today. I know you guys are really excited about this. It says here, newbie-friendly graphic design software makes it easy for anyone to create quality graphics without spending a fortune on complicated software or designers. So bring us into this, Neil. What's this all about, and why should we be excited?
Sure. So I'm not a designer myself. I mean, I'll come out and say that outright, that I'm really good at writing, I'm really good at marketing, but one thing I'm not very good at is actually designing things. In fact, I was thinking about it yesterday because I'm going to record a video today about it. But my very first design memory that I have is being a little 4-year-old kid and designing a really ugly looking cat. And, that's kind of how it's going for me since it hasn't really improved since I was 4. So when it comes to designing things, I usually just tend to outsource things or not do it at all. In fact, I remember just a month ago when I was really active inside a Facebook group, I was posting every day. I would either bring someone else's image in from Google, which, by the way, could land me in trouble, or I just wouldn't put any image at all in my post because it was just too difficult to create them by myself and get them done fast enough from someone else. So the problem's been with me that even though I know the power of designs in advertising, in general posting on social media, I just haven't really used enough of it because I'm partly lazy, but partly because I don't really know how to. So I've always been on the lookout for tools out there that can help do great designs. And I have found some good tools out there, but they all tend to have limitations at some point. So, if I think about one which is kind of free, is Canva. But as soon as I go in and I want to design something, it says, oh, you can't use this image. If you want to, you have to pay $1 or $2. And that quickly adds up. I've looked at stock photo sites as well in past, and I paid licensing fees for images from Getty, for example, and all of it can get really expensive really quickly. So I know for a fact that if you are starting to build a business, the last thing you want to do is either pay $1, $2 for every image that you use, or pay heavy licensing fee, or even outsource, your images all the time because there's a delay and the process can also be expensive. So we wanted to offer a solution to people that they could use in their own time at their own pace and without paying anything more after having paid for the solution. That's kind of how Pixel Motor came to be. Our partner on this launch, Samuel, he came to us, he came to Dan and I and said that, hey, I've got a really good design team. Can I sell a pack of designs? And we said, well, you can, but that won't really work because no one really just wants to buy 50 designs and then edit them in Photoshop because it's too time intensive. So he said, okay, let me think about it. And he went back literally for 6 months and came back with this platform and said, how about now? Can we offer this to customers? I'm like, wow, that actually looks pretty cool. And yes, I think my customers will like it. So I thought, okay, why not turn this into an app and why not offer this to people? And we did. And the initial reaction from our own customers was really good. Compared to other tools that they've used like Canva and Design Bowl, they found that it was much more intuitive to use and it offered more flexibility in how designs could be created. And I'll show you this in a little bit. So, once we had that initial feedback, once we had people using these designs, selling them to their clients, we thought, okay, this is something we can offer to other people's customers as well. So here we are.
You mentioned that you're a horrible drawer and not very artistically inclined. Neither am I. My logo on my website, actually, my wife designed that initially, and we had it. I actually had to go out and pay someone to do that for me later. I actually ended up paying like $500 for someone to do that for me. But when it comes to doing any kind of design for our sales pages, or if we're doing if I need anything for like a Facebook post, I pay someone to do that for me. And my guy isn't cheap. Just one little image for Facebook, a very basic one, can be $50. We just got a logo done for a new product that we're going to be putting out in a few weeks, and it was like $75 just for a very, very basic image. So for us, I
Sure.
mean, we make okay money online. We're able to afford that. But I know that there are a lot of people out there that don't have that budget yet, and they don't want to go out there and spend that kind of money for images. Plus, there's people that are looking for ways of adding a little bit of extra income in. Does this software, if you want to go out there and, of course, make images for yourself, that's great. But if you want to go out there
Mhm.
and provide this as a service on places like Fiverr or Upwork, is that allowed within the license terms of your software?
Absolutely. So
Okay,
if you want to create an image for a client, or whether it be on Fiverr or a local client, or if you just want to create an image pack and offer it to people, you can absolutely do that with Pixelmotor.
cool. Okay. Bring us in. I want to see what this actually looks like in action. We're talking about an image creator. Let's see what some of these images look like.
Sure, definitely. I'm just going to share my screen now. Okay. So tell me when you see it.
We are good.
Okay, so this is, I mean, just to clarify this as well, we're not just launching it for the first time. This has been selling at a monthly recurring price for the last, I would say, 3 months or so. So people
Mhm.
have been already paying $15 a month, $30 a month to use this application to create the kind of designs that I'm going to show you today, which is why we've been able to get a lot of feedback and realize, okay, we're ready for a public launch here. So initially, when you come in, when you click on the library feature or when you log in, you will be able to see all the graphics that you've currently created so far. And we also have the folder feature, so you can organize them by folder. Let's say if you have like 10 different clients, you don't want the whole thing to get really convoluted. You can create 10 different folders and just put the graphics in those folders. But if you want to create a new one, just click on create new design. And then you can pick one of 29 design types that we have available. So for social media, we've got Facebook posts, Instagram posts, and so on. If you have a blog, you can create featured images, blog images, and that as well. Plus, we have display ads available too if you wanted to create designs for those. We have headers for emails, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube channel art as well. And then we have some other marketing material like logo, flyers, photo collage, and stuff. And then finally, t-shirt designs as well
I'm going
if
to
you
interrupt
want.
you really quick
And
for 1 second. Oh, sorry.
sure.
If you can you scroll up to the one with the YouTube headers and stuff? I've
Yes.
seen softwares come out, Neil, that have just done Facebook covers or just done YouTube channel art, and with the idea of providing this as a service for people. Even if this is all that people want to do this for, I mean, there is money to be made going out there and selling these as a service for people, or even using it as a lead magnet to kind of get your foot in the door with these different companies. Anyways, continue.
Yeah, it's a great point. And we did play with the idea of just releasing maybe one or two of these every month and then pricing it a monthly price for everyone who buys. But we thought, well, we've been in a situation where we wanted a lot of designs for our complete brand,
Mhm.
and they were either too difficult to do or too expensive. So on the sales page, you'll see as well that we asked people, hey, if you want to get 29 of these done, so Facebook posts, a Facebook link, and so on, we'll give you the colors, we'll give you the base artwork. How much would it be? And people said $4,000, which was just ridiculous. I mean, I make good money, but I don't want to pay $4,000 for 29
Me
designs. I
neither.
think that was an overkill. So we thought, okay, let's just give our customers who get into this public launch everything, because we don't really want to hold anything back, because otherwise it just feels like, how other people hold back things from us. But
Sure.
anyway, I'm digressing a bit. So I want to go and show you Facebook post for now. I mean, there are multiple different designs that people can do. So we've got some ready-made templates available already in the system when people go in, and we'll talk about levels because it all depends on that. And when they want to build one, they can either start from scratch, from a blank template, or they can click one of these. So I'll click on this, for example, and I can now go in and change this template. I can edit it, organize it the way I want. The image is already in place. The image is free to use. We don't charge you for the image. We don't charge you for anything. When you're building out this graphic, this is all yours once you're in here. So you can choose a bunch of different background images. We have integrated with different platforms out there like Pixabay. I think I can't remember the name of the other one, but altogether we have access to more than 2.5 million images. So if I
Wow.
think about and this is much more than our competition, and I don't want to name our competition too closely because some of the people watching actually might have it and you'll feel bad about getting that, but this has at least 1.5 million images more than the closest competitor that we have in this space, which is $97 a year at the moment. So we've got all these images, and as you scroll down, you keep loading more images, and it just never stops, which is quite nice. Then you've got these text and codes feature as well, so you can drop some text here if you wanted to. So if I click here, it will automatically drop this text over here, but I don't want this one, so I'll just get rid of this. But if I go back to text and codes, you'll see that we have a lot of ready-made codes as well. And in this case now we have in English over 1 million codes available in this library. So if there are some, you can search by tags or authors, but if I think about, let's say, success and just click on search, it will bring up a lot of quotes on success, and I can pick one of them if I'm struggling for an idea. Okay, this one's a bit long, so I won't use that in this image, but let me just go back and let's pick this one. So if I wanted to get rid of this one from before, I can just take this one and just move it around like this. So we have this auto dropping feature, so you can kind of see when you have line to the middle. And once I've done that, I can select this text. I can change the color here to white, and there you go, my image is good to go, and I can post this on Facebook. So this literally took me a minute to create an inspiring post that I can make on my Facebook group or on my Facebook fan page. If you want to change some things, if you're not happy with this canvas size, you can resize the canvas as well. So you can essentially convert this image to another image of any sort that you want, but you will have to again adjust everything to make sure that it fits into the new canvas that you have. This way it's quite easy to customize your images right from here instead of going back out again and creating that image again. We have lots of icons as well if you want to use those. So if you wanted to use something like, let's say, what can I put here? I want to put this actually, yeah. So I've got this icon here. I'm just going to resize this very quickly. So this could be like quotes of the day. Again, it kind of shows me when I'm in the right place. So this way, you can add shapes, you can undo, you can redo the changes you've done, and it's all layered. So if you take this, you can move the layer up or down, which means that if you move it up, for example, if you move it forward, bring it forward, then it's going to take over the text like this. So the text now hidden behind that particular layer. So I'm just going to send it back again. If I send it back furthermore, I think eventually it'll go behind this background image. So this is how it is, easy to, like in here, you can turn on the grid and you can kind of customize the designs further on. So it just makes it really easy to create designs without any basic design knowledge even. I don't really need to think too much. When I want to build something that I want to put inside my group, my fan page, or as a YouTube art cover, for example, or anything, it's very easy, very straightforward to do that in here.
Can you upload your own images, Neil?
You can. So we have some preset images here. We have patterns as well. If you want to upload your own, just click on here. And, we try to upload some. So I want to show you, let's see if this one works in this context. Yeah. So let's say if I want to use this, and I'll just get rid of some stuff here. Let's say I will use this, and I will get rid of this as well. And let's just move that around a little bit.
Let's use
Okay. Yeah, very. So now this image suddenly is quite different, right? I think I used the bad pixelated one, but I could use this one and see the image is done now. So I can use this one and put inside a fan page. So this is how easy this entire process is.
Very cool. And I like that it's so easy. And in fact, you've got so many images that you can choose from, millions of images. And those are all, and people are always curious. They don't want to get in trouble. These are all like rights free and everything. You don't have to worry about, you're not going to get sued for using these, right?
Correct. So we're only getting the ones which have the commercial license with them. So they are open source images with commercial license. I think if I'm remembering the open source part right. But that does mean that, yes, you can take them and you can adapt them as you want and you can use them in your marketing. So that's fine.
Cool. Okay. Anything else that you wanted to show us on the front end before we move on to the OTOs?
Yes, there was. So let's say if I want to search for images of dog, I just go to Google and I search for images of dogs hair. So let me go, and again, because I want to be compliant, I'm going to make sure that I only search for images that are um, okay to use. So I think it was hair, if I remember right, but let me just go back.
If you do tools,
Yeah, tools. Yeah,
there you
okay,
go. Usage rights.
perfect. Yeah, labeled for reuse. Right, label for reuse. If those are the ones that I want, then what I can do is I can take one of these, and let me take this one, right? So I'm just going to open this image in a new tab for now, and when it opens, I'm just going to right click and I'm going to say open image with pixel motor.
And that's a
So
special
this,
Chrome a plugin that you have,
yeah,
or whatever it's called, add-on, or
yeah,
what is it?
Chrome extension.
Extension that
Yeah,
comes with the software.
yeah, exactly. So the Chrome extension comes with the software, and you can see now the image is automatically ported into Pixel Motor. I can add some text on this as well, so I can just quickly take this one and move it here, kind of shrink it, and just add some funny text. So something like,
That's really
let's see
convenient. I
if I
like that.
yeah, I think this is something I really wanted this team to develop, because I think this really makes it easy for me to reuse great content that I find online that I have permission to reuse, and then just really make it pop out, like make it fun. That's kind of what I wanted from this, and I was able to get it. And I'm sorry not too funny sometimes with codes, but this is something that you can just grab any image that again you have rights to, and you can bring it in, you can edit that, and you can post it on your social media profile. I mean, or fan page, group, whatever, wherever you want to post it. You can either share from here. So right now you can share with your team members as well, or you can just put it directly on social media too if you choose to.
And I can see people using that, like if you're doing Amazon or ecom or affiliate marketing, and you want to take some images that you want to use to sell with. Like I can say, if I'm an affiliate marketer, I could go and take some images from a sales page or something and use them, on my bonus page or whatever. I mean, there's lots of different usages for this. You can change it up a little bit there as well. So I like that aspect of it. There we go.
Absolutely.
And
So
shrink
even
it.
if yeah, I mean, if I try and grab this particular image, I don't know if it'll bring up everything or just one, but I can take this and I can edit with pixel motor as well. I can change dimensions. I mean, this one you can already see it's quite big, but I can do whatever I want with this image now, as long as again I have rights to. And usually it helps again if you grab the image and it's bigger size. So open image in a new tab and then go ahead and bring it into pixel motor, because then we'll bring in the right dimensions for it. But I think it's just for e-commerce, it's great because you always want to do designs. If you want to do, if I go back to if I, let's say, want to exit out of this, so I'll go back to the library. Let's leave the editor for now. And if I go back to the library, if I say, let's create a new design, there are a lot of things I can do. I can do ebook covers as well. So if you're selling info products, you want to build a cover very quickly, you don't have to go very far to hire a designer and build an ebook cover. You can do that right over here. All the ad designs, and we talked about YouTube channel art. I mean, that's okay as well. If you want to build flyers, that's okay too. Just remember that there's a lot of different assets that we are providing you within this tool that you are free to use. That's the key thing.
Go on Fiverr and you post that you can do different gigs. You can say you can do thumbnails, you can do Instagram posts, you can do Facebook links, you can do all these different things for people. Tons of different like ones that you can do. And anyone that says that they can't make any money online, Neil, it's always really surprising, because you and I both know that there are so many ways of doing it. You might not get crazy rich from doing this, but you can definitely start bringing some extra money so that you can purchase extra tools that you need and be able to pay for your hosting and pay for your email auto subscriber and all that stuff. You know as well, it starts slow, but then it snowballs from there. So this is one of those great ways of being able to use it for yourself and be able to monetize at the same time. Is there anything else you wanted to show before you move to the OTOs?
I just want to give a simple use case here because
Go for it.
what you were talking about is exactly right. So, and it doesn't need to take too long to do. Like I created a new graphic in less than 2 minutes. You could create, I mean, less than 1 minute actually, but you could essentially go to Fiverr and say to a client, find a client who will pay you for 30 days worth of Facebook fan page posts, just the images, not the actual content, but they'll give you some keywords and you can, within 30 minutes, within 60 minutes, you can create a month worth of these and you can charge $100 just for that. And, depends on how you look at it, but $100 over 30 days is a lot of money. And when you're done with this, when you're happy with this, that you can kind of get clients easily. Now you just want someone else to do the work, then you can just hire people under you to do the design work and you can pay them for every hour, you can pay $5, $10. And within 2 or 3 hours, even if they're slow, they'll be able to generate 30 days worth of graphics that you can give to your client. So you keep the profit from that. And that's a good model to go towards with a tool like this.
Okay, so that's the front end offer there. I know you've got a couple of options there. Can you kind of cover that? What's the difference between them? There's a basic and an unlimited.
Yeah, so the main offer comes with basic and unlimited versions, which means that with the unlimited version, you can create unlimited number of graphics. With the basic, there are some limitations, and they're pretty close in price. So if you really are considering it, just go for the unlimited option because it just makes perfect sense. And most of what I've shown you on this demo exists in that version as well, in the unlimited version.
Okay, so that's the front end offer. Walk us through the OTOs.
Sure. So the upgrade number one is the Pro version, which comes with 500 ready-made templates that you can use along with a couple of other features. So 500 templates is like 500 designs, right? So once you have them in the system, you can get up and running with the graphics faster. It's just to speed up your success. Otherwise, you'll be creating everything from scratch, which again, as I've shown you, is okay. But I know for someone like me, if I have 2 minutes to create a graphic, I don't, I want to be inspired. I don't want to kind of think about, okay, what kind of image should I use? So in that sense, with the upgrade, the templates really help. So it's a one-time payment there, and you get 500 templates that are unlocked for you. Plus as well, then you get the team feature. So you see the team feature here where you can bring in people into your team. So you can send an invitation and bring in, 2 or 3 or 5 people into your team. I think it's limited to 10, but I think it could be 5 or 10. And that works as well. Plus you've got folders. You also get the subfolder feature as part of that Pro license. So if you really want to dig down for one client, maybe you have, Facebook posts that you're doing YouTube thumbnails as well, then you can kind of organize that better. So that's the Pro version of the software.
So if I have like a virtual assistant, I can give them team access and they can log in and be able to do my work for me.
Exactly that, yes.
Cool. Okay, so that's OTO number one. OTO number two?
Yeah. OTO number two is the Pixel Motor Design Club. So we already have designers, by the way, who are creating new designs inside of Pixel Motor all the time. So they look for images that are suitable for a certain design type, and they take the icons, they take other images, some that they design by themselves, and they bring them together into a new design type. Then we convert that into 29 different design types, because once we do a Facebook post, we can do a very similar blog post as well. We can do a very similar YouTube thumbnail image as well. So that way we have a lot of different designs in the platform. So this is the template club, the Pixel Motor Design Club rather. And with this, we're giving 2,900 designs every month, which means that we give you 100 different design types, 100 different designs with 29 different, types. Like let's say the blog post, if I go back into create new designs. So let's say if I come up with one new image, you get that new image as a Facebook post, as a Facebook link, Instagram post, and so on. And then you get hundreds of those every month. So that's 2,900 images that you get added to your system every single month. I mean, this is immense value because a lot of work that we do for this is done customized to what we want. And when you get in, you can request the kind of designs that you want as well. So you can say, hey, I'm in the weight loss market and I need some inspiration around how to lose weight or how to get fit. Can you create some designs around that? So next month, we'll make sure that the new batch that we release has some designs around this as well.
And if you were going to go out there and actually get those done, and pay for them, you'd be paying a lot more than the what is it going to be? Is it going to be 27?
It's actually 17 a month or 97 a year.
Wow, that's cheap.
That is very, very cheap. And again, like I said, we are able to offer this because we want to create a mass deal for people who see the value in this and who get in and like it so much that they are able to 10x, 20x what they pay for this every single month. So it's for people like those that are going to set up big resale jobs in Fiverr, people who are going to just go out there and hassle their clients like, hey, I'll give you 50 images for $100. And we give you those images anyway. You just give it on to your client and you already made 5 times the money back. So that's the goal.
Cool. I think there's one more OTO.
Yes. So we have the agency license. So, I mean, I'm kind of in two minds about this because the thing is that Pixel Moto, as I showed you earlier, we are already selling it outside of this JVZoo marketplace. We're selling it for $15 and $30 a month. So I didn't want to do the agency license, but my partners did. So we are doing it. But essentially what it means is that with the agency license, we're giving you permission to resell Pixel Moto as your own for whatever price point you want. We don't control that. I mean, we ask you to at least keep it above 27, just to be fair to everyone else who's getting it now. But in this case, let's say you get 100 licenses, we give you 100 codes. And if you want to sell one of those codes, you just get paid by a PayPal, Stripe, whatever you want. We're not involved in that transaction. You charge whatever you want. And then you can give that client this code and they can unlock their own account with that and you get to keep 100% of the money. So realistically, let's say after launch, because when we do close the launch, we are going to, as soon as possible, go back to these monthly pricing because that is our long-term goal. Even if you're selling on the site for $15 a month, that's about $120 a year, right? If you want to, realistically, you could take one of these codes and offer it to your client for a one-time payment of $97, and we're totally okay with that. So if you think about that and you get 100 of those, that's nearly $10,000 worth of resale rights that you're getting to this at the bare minimum.
Neil, thank you so much for coming on the show today. Is there anything else, anything we missed, anything you wanted to mention before we wrap it up?
I think I'll just say that, to me, design doesn't come naturally. So an application like this really saves me the embarrassment of, either copying someone else's image unlawfully or trying to create them myself and just failing big time or wasting time on it. So if you are in the same boat as me, if you want to save time, if you want to save money and more importantly, make money, then Pixel Moto is as good an opportunity as you're going to get this year.
Again, thank you so much for coming on the show and best of luck with your launch.
Thanks, Mike.
I hope you enjoyed the interview today with Neil. If you are interested in picking up Pixel Moto at its lowest price, you're going to want to come back tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern Time on Sunday, May 13th. You're going to be able to pick it up at its lowest early bird discounted price along with my special bonuses. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow.